good day everyone. Today I'm going to discuss to you the monotic sequence. So monotic sequence. A sequence E sub n is called increasing if E sub n is less than or equal to E sub n plus 1 for all n element of n. Next is a sequence E sub n is called decreasing if E sub n is greater than E sub n plus 1 for all n element of n. So for the increasing sequence, so this will be E sub 1 is less than or equal to A sub 2, and A sub 2 is less than or equal to A sub 3, and A sub 3 is less than or equal to A sub 4. And A sub 1 over A sub 2 is less than or equal to 1. And for the decreasing sequence, A sub 1 is greater than or equal to E sub 2, and E sub 2 is greater than or equal to E sub 3, and E sub 3 is greater than or equal to E sub 4, and A sub 1 over A sub 2 is greater than or equal to 1. Theorem. Monotone convergence theorem. Let A sub n be a sequence of real numbers, and every bounded monotic sequence is convergent. The following holds: A. If A sub n is increasing and bounded above, then it is convergent. B. If A sub n is decreasing and bounded below, then it is convergent. I have here example. So our example is A sub n is equals to 3n over n plus 2. So what are you going to do now to get the sequence? We need to make the value of n equals to 1 first, then n is equals to 2, then a is equals to 3, and n is equals to 4. We need to change the value of n. So at first, we need to make the value of n equals to 1. So a sub 1 is equals to 3 times 1 over 1 plus 2. So that is equals to 3 over 3, and that is equals to 1. So this is our first sequence. Second sequence, we need to make the value of n is equals to 2. So 3 times 2 over 2 plus 2 is equals to 6 over 4. So that is equals to 3 halves. So third, we need to make the value of n equals to 3. So a sub 3 is equals to 3 times 3 over 3 plus 2. So that is equals to 9 over 5. And next is we need to make the value of n to 4. So a sub 4 is equals to 3 times 4 over 4 plus 2. That is equals to 12 over 6. And 12 over 6 is equals to 2. So here is the sequence for our example. A sub n is equals to 3n over 2 plus 1. So this is the 4 sequence. And our first term is 1, second term is 1.5, third term is 1.8, and fourth term is equals to 2. So to test whether the given examples is increasing or decreasing, so we need first to check. So a sub 1 is less than or equal to a sub 2. A sub n is equals to is less than or equal to a sub n plus 1, and 3n over 2 over n plus 2 is less than or equal to 3 times the quantity of n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus 2. 3n over n plus 2 is less than or equal to 3n plus 3 over n plus 3. So 3n times the quantity of n plus 1 is less than or equal to 3n plus 1 times the quantity of n plus 2. So 3n squared plus 9n is less than or equal to 3n squared plus 6n plus 3n plus 6. And next is 9n is less than or equal to 9n plus 6. So that is equals to 0 is less than or equals to 6. So our sequence is decreasing. I have here example number 2. A sub n is equals to 3 over 4 raised to the power of n. So again, we need to change the value of n. If if we want to get the sequence, so we are allowed to change until if we are planning to get the value of the sequence, for example sequence number 9, so we need to change the value of n to 9. So it's up to us if what sequence are we going to get. So a sub 1 is equals to 3 over 4 raised to the power of 1, so that is equals to 3 over 4. That was our first term. And our second term is a sub 2 is equals to 3/4 raised to the power of 2, that is equals to 9 over 6. And third term is a sub 3 is equals to 3 over 4 raised to the power of 3, that is equals to 27 over 64. And fourth term is a sub 4 is equals to 3 over 4 raised to the power of 4, so that is equals to 81 over 256. So a sub n is equals to 3 over 4n. So our first term is 0.75 and our second term is 0.5625 and our third term is 0.4219 and our fourth term is 0.3164. So to test, a sub 1 is greater than or equal to a sub 2 and a sub n is greater than or equal to a sub n plus 1 and a sub n over a sub n plus 1 is greater than or equal to 1, and 3 over 4 raised to the power of n over 3 over 4 raised to the power of n plus 1 is greater than or equal to 1, and 3 over 4 raised to the power of n over 3 over 4 raised to the power of n 3 over 4 raised to the power of 1 is greater than or equal to 1. 1 over 3 over 4 is greater than or equal to 1, and 4 over 3 is greater than or equal to 1. So our our sequence is decreasing. And that would be all for the monotic sequence. Thank you for listening.